Hello, here's another short video on long topics or a long topic. And today I want to talk about reasons for not awakening. And that is about, well, mostly about waking up to corruption and the politics and so on and so forth. But it could also be the awakening spiritually. So, why is it that it's very difficult for some people to think critically and independently and stand in their own sovereignty? So, we see that a lot these days. We have seen it a lot also lately, but especially now, I feel that because of everything that's happened for the past 18 months, you can really see how people are stuck in their old patterns and they're stuck in their ego. And what I mean is, I talked about that before, it's the intellectual part, the brain, where you have your fears, your doubts, and but it also helps us. The ego helps us, of course, to live and to be able to think and that's you need both the ego and your soul in order to awaken and to take in information and decide what you think of it and what is true for you. So, like I said, now these are the reasons, as far as I'm concerned, that I can tell the reasons for not awakening, that it's difficult for a person. Okay, so I have three reasons so far that I have come up with, that I have noticed, because I've given this a lot of thought. Like I think about this a lot. Like I tried to figure out, like, what is it? What is it? Like, why is it so hard for some people to be able to see, even if it's right in front of you, like the proof, the facts, they're there, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter sometimes what you say to a person, what you show them. And they still like, no, 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 I don't want to see that. No, I don't know. So I've thought about that a lot. Like, what is it? Because a lot of people are very intelligent. They're very smart in other areas. They're very smart. And so it's just like mind boggling. Like, how is it so hard for these people? So, and these are the reasons that I've come up with. So, and they're not in a particular order. And I think it's extremely, it's very individual. Like for some people, it might be more. One of them, it's that's the heaviest reason, so to speak. And maybe for some, it's not all three. Okay, so here they are. One reason, I believe, is that their third eye is not functioning properly. That's not functional. And that's the pineal gland. It's right here, right? And so if that is, what's the word I'm looking for? So if it's not clean, it's not, it's contaminated, then it's not functioning the way it's supposed to. And we need that in order to feel the connection to our higher selves, our consciousness, our soul, our intuition. Okay, it's connected to that. So, and it can be contaminated through, toxins. And fluoride is actually one of them that's really, really bad for your pineal gland. So if you care about your pineal gland and you want to clear it, then it's important that you stop using fluoride, okay? And there's other stuff as well. I mean, all the shots, unfortunately, they toxin. It's toxin for this as well, and it's a lot of other things as well, of course. Okay. So that's one of the reasons I believe that it's difficult for some people to awaken. Okay. So the second one, and this is really important, and I think this is big. It's when I think it's because when a person has their identity, like who am I, their identity is so strongly tied into their perception and their view of the world. It's connected. Okay. So the way that they see the world, the way that they perceive it, the way that they intervene with it, act with it. I can't think of any other synonyms, but anyway, so the way that they feel about the world is so strongly connected to their self identity of like who I am. So when this this perception, this worldview gets questioned, okay, and it starts to like yeah, shake, then it's difficult for this person to find their footing. Like, who am I then? Like, since their identity is so strongly connected to their worldview, then it just comes crumbling down. They don't know who they are in this. They don't know how to handle that, and that's when the cognitive dissonance appears that you probably heard of as well. And that's when you just shut down. Like, it doesn't matter what you say or what happens. It does not matter. You just cannot take it in. You can't. Okay. So that's a big issue. It's a big problem. And I think one way to work with this is that you have to realize that it's not your identity. The way you see the world, the way the world is it's not you. Okay. That's not you, even though we're all connected, like with oneness, of course, through the source, through God or universe or whatever, spirit, whatever you want to call it. But it's not who you are. It doesn't matter what happens in the world. You can stand fast, firm in your own truth, in your own sovereignty. So yeah, so that's a big one, I think. Okay. And the third one is that it could be that it's in their soul contract. Because when we incarnate into another life, which we do, we've been here many times before, like I've talked about, then we decide before we come down into a new body. We decide what kind of issues we're going to have, basically, and what kind of life we're going to have, and that's because of the lessons that we want to learn in that life. So, and I think that's actually part of it. I mean, a lot of people, they have already decided this before they even came down, that they were going to live this way, and they're going to, like, for instance, take this injection that's going around now, even though it's very dangerous. And so, yeah, I think that, and I do believe that it's for a purpose. And I think that purpose for most of them, it is to help everyone else to wake up, because it is inevitable. It's going to happen, whether we like it or not. And I personally, there's nothing more important right now. Because if we all wake up and we all realize who we are and what we're capable of and what's going on in the world and how we can create a beautiful place together. And if we all just realize that, and we raise our vibrations, our energies, our frequency, and become more loving and caring people, then all the problems in the world are going to solve themselves, because we're going to fix it. So I know it's very uncomfortable, to wake up and realize that things were not the way you thought. It's very painful. I know, because I've been there. But there's no other way. You have to, because we have to stop everything bad that's going on. We have to create a better world for everyone. So anyway, so those are the reasons, and as far as I can tell. And so yeah, so what I'm trying to do is just, put a seed in the soil, and hopefully it will grow. I can't force anyone to do anything, just as much as no one can force me. So but yeah, I just want everyone to be happy and to have a beautiful world. That's all I want. And that's all we want. We who call ourselves awakened. Yeah. Okay. So that's that for today. And take care of yourselves. Kisses. Bye bye.